Hey guys, I was gonna talk about David Lynch for a second because I feel like he is such an important and like prominent figure and super influential to Stephen and Auden, and so I kind of wanted to talk about, obviously his connection to hers because a lot of people might not really know, but he is the director of Twin Peaks, and Twin Peaks is basically, you know, the center of Invitation to Hers. And Invitation to Hers is, their debut album, obviously. And so, it kind of reminded me of when I first started getting into Twin Peaks. And think I watched it in March of 2021 because I was like, okay, I finally need to watch this show. And so after I ended up watching it, I really understood like the album a lot more, especially songs like Blue Lips and Low Beam and maybe even like She Needs Him. I think those songs especially are very reflective of Invitation to Hers. Um, of the show, obviously. And so um, I just think that he is a very special person, and clearly he was very special to the two of them. And I feel like a lot of his focus was on making people feel like very unsettled. And, you know, if you have seen David Lynch's films, like, that is pretty much like the premise of everything that he does is it's to make you feel very uncomfortable. And you obviously learn a lot of things when you're put into uncomfortable situations, and I've definitely like learned that myself. And I feel like Stephen and Auden were the same, especially with songs like Medieval and maybe even like I'm trying to think of what other songs. Medieval was the first one that came into my mind because it is very like different from all of their other songs, and a lot of people don't really like it that much. I don't know how, but it's because it's just so distinct. Like, it has a distinct sound that you wouldn't expect. I think a lot of people go into listening to their music thinking it's gonna be more bedroom pop, and then you hear that and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, because it completely deviates. And I think that inspiration that Stephen got from like R. Stevie Moore and um, I don't know, people, musicians like them, he obviously was trying to show that there are other genres that they both could have done. And I feel like that was just like a simple taste of really what they could have put out, and so that also like really upsets me. um, but I was recently watching an episode of Twin Peaks with someone, and it had been a long time. Like, it had been a really long time that I had really gotten myself to like watch the show, and every single character is just so fucking weird, and I forgot like how much I love this show. And so to me, reminding myself that every when you put all of those weird people together, I realize that there's so many shows that I like, especially like Freaks and Geeks. You have a bunch of weird people. Like, we put them all in the same room, and you literally create magic. And I feel like that's what they were trying to do with their album. I don't really know why I'm talking about this right now. Honestly, I have class, I have stuff to do, but I was just thinking about that because um to me, when you put David Lynch and Stephen Auden, all three of them together, it really makes me think that I should be like my most unique self. Like, I should not worry about like what other people have to say, and to put out art that speaks to me and nobody else, and that should be enough. And I have my blue velvet poster over there, but really to live your most authentic self. I think one of David Lynch's quotes that he had said was, if you live by your principles, you die once, but if you live by somebody else's principles, you die twice, or so. It was something like that, and I think that is so interesting, because people are very accustomed to living under other people's rules, and so I don't really know why I'm talking about this right now, but I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for listening. But take into consideration the quote that I by David Lynch. So bye.